I usually do most of my bike rides in the Black Forest, but sometimes, like now, it's a bit late for going up the hills. It'll get dark in a couple of hours, so I'll just do a little ride today down to the river. And the Rhine's always worth having a little visit. Now this place is an absolute biker's paradise. Look, you see the sign there? All these little bike paths. What they are basically is little roads that were built for the farmers, but they're beautiful for riding the bike. Because apart from the odd nutcase out in his car, seeing how fast it can go, and it's totally empty. So with a bit of luck, when we get down to the river, it'll be nice weather. What I'm doing today is leaving the camera and the sound recorder on all the time and just see how feasible it is recording sound separate with the GoPro. So if you can see those trees over there behind the electricity pylons, that's the bank of the Rhine there, and that's where we're heading. So luckily we'll follow this bike signpost there. It's taking us this way, which I don't know myself which way it goes, but it's nicer to stay on them little tracks, I think. They often go the most direct route, the little bike paths. It's early April at the moment, and all these fields that you see around me now, they've all got maize or sweet corn, and that'll be all 8 foot high in a couple of months. Hard to believe it, but when you ride along these paths in the middle of summer, it's an all different experience, which I'm looking forward to doing with a camera, because on both sides you've got the corn growing high. It looks great. There we go, sign for the bikes. No horse riding, no cycling. It's forbidden. So there's one of the little bits of the Rhine. We'll find our way here somehow. There's a way to get on over there. There we are, there's a little bridge I'm looking for. So this is one of the overflow places to the river, and the river's just up that bank up there. Just drive along here a bit. See the mosquitoes? Now in theory I could drive all the way to Rotterdam on this path. Just follow the Rhine all the way up to Holland. I think it's about 700 kilometres. And I'd love to do it one day. In fact, I might do it one day. These are some of these lovely little things where the river's allowed to flood into, and they're all wildlife reserves. As I said before, there's lots of mosquitoes around here. So I'm not going to go all the way to Rotterdam, I'm going to go back the other way because then I can swing a loop round towards home again. As I say, I'm about 8 kilometres from home now. A quick look at the river. Over the other side of the river there, that's France. I'm on the German side at the moment. We'll just keep working our way down the river. And if I keep going for another 200 kilometres down this path, I'll end up in the Swiss Alps. That's a great thing about rivers, they orientate, and you orientate yourself with it really easily. So let me just change the camera angle a bit. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at basically over the river. And that river's not recommended for swimming in because there's lots of really dangerous currents. And this bank that we're on at the moment, that's basically stopped the river flooding. And in this bank, there's lots of little pipes and tunnels underneath the water level, and then you could end up being sucked down one of those pipes, and that'd be the end. So in theory, I should be going slightly uphill at the moment. The river always needs to have a little bit of fall or it won't flow. That's right, isn't it? Now I don't know if you can see that, but down there in the distance, that's the ferry to France. As you can see, it's not the most well-used way in the world. That suits me fine. Of course, on a Sunday, if it's a nice day, you get quite a lot of people walking along here, but it's still relatively quiet. But those rain clouds are gathering again by the looks of it. But it's not far to go home. The camera's waterproof. Got a bottle of pop in the bag. No problem. Glad I got my sunglasses on though, because there's a lot of mosquitoes here. I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but I'm going through clouds of them. If you want to have a little look down the other side, you see it's all just kind of forest and little lakes, lots of wildlife. That's where all the mosquitoes come from, that still water down there. Book I've been reading recently, Don Quixote. And sometimes I think I'm turning into that Don. You know, sometimes you read a book and you think, I can relate to that character. If you saw some of my earlier videos over the winter time, I was kind of playing the captain of a ship, and this guy in this book, Don Quixote, he believes he's an ancient old knight. He starts walking around with a suit of armour on, getting into all sorts of trouble. And everyone realises he's mad, but they still do what he tells them to do. And he's got a little helper with him called Sancho Panchas, and his horse. And his horse is called Rociente. And I was thinking of calling my bike Rociente, and that would be a great little story to weave into a trip somewhere. Maybe a trip down the Danube on the bike, or a trip up the Rhine somewhere. But I have to get into loads of fights with people and defend the honour of the Lady Toboso. He ends up getting beat up quite a lot of times because he's just so crazy and stuff he does. Well, I'm not saying I'm crazy, but sometimes when I look back at all them YouTube videos, some of the stuff I've done in the garden, I almost delete the videos. I can't quite bring myself to do it. Don Quixote on his faithful steed Rociente. Rociente. There's French people embarking on a ship to go to France. Didn't cost anything. You spend a whole week going backwards and forwards and pretend you're on a cruise. See, isn't it brilliant? A little sign everywhere. Bike path, straight on. People that I follow on YouTube, they often live in out of the way places, out in the country. And maybe there's not so much opportunity to interact with other people. So doing YouTube videos, just a way of getting a bit more input from the outside world. I have to watch out now, there's a big puddle here. I was watching the Obama, what was it, the White House 2013 speech. I thought it was quite funny. And I was thinking, he'd make a good actor. Ronald Reagan was a film actor, he became president. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a film actor, he became governor. And he would have gone for president probably if he wasn't Austrian. But hasn't gone the other way yet, that a president becomes an actor. And I think he could do it well. I think he'd make a good James Bond, Obama. And that's ever since the ever since the Queen did that jumping out of the helicopter thing on the Olympics. So now they all want to be media stars. But better not get too worried about that thing I said before about documenting your life on YouTube. It's just the way it goes these days. Everyone's doing it. On Facebook. I'm not on Facebook because that gives me the creeps a bit and I don't understand it. And I make the videos because I really enjoy making videos, and I've always made, and even before YouTube I was making videos and little slideshows and stuff. But now with this GoPro, which is the thing I've been looking for about 10 years, because I used to always, if you've watched my channel before you'll know, but I used to do quite a lot of bike videos, and I'd be going along holding the camera in my hand, and it's quite dangerous really. So now I can just fix that thing on there, and it's waterproof, hopefully tough enough to take a few bangs and bumps. Maybe that's why the zoom's broken on all my other cameras, because I've rattled them to death on the bike. Up ahead the sky's getting that very strange dark blue and bruised colour, so I hope I can find a little way out of here soon. Oak trees. Into a little forest now. And these bits of forest here around the Rhine, they're just to help soak all that water up when the Rhine floods. And they don't even, they've just let it go wild for the wildlife. Whoops. That's the bullfrogs. Let's have a look. It's quite like Louisiana around here. So that's me signing off. It's just flat going a bit now. Let me just have a look at that water. Whoopla. Went backwards into the river then. Right, I'm gonna try and get some speed up now because I see storm clouds gathering. Hello. 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 You've got nice blue eyes, eh? You've got nice blue eyes. See you later then, boys.